Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here on the industry stage at Formnext 2023. We had already an exciting expert insight this morning, but the next one you will definitely find similar exciting too. Because the next speaker, ladies and gentlemen, is an AM enthusiast by heart. I can tell you because I know him very well. And he has influenced a variety of other companies, people, and even regions along the way. Today, he is helping startups with his extensive experience to make a similar impact on our industry. I'm especially looking forward to the speech because I know it will be inspiring and at the same time entertaining. So join on stage to welcome Frank Herzog, CEO and founder of the FADZ Group. Frank, stage is yours.
Yeah, good morning, everybody, and thank you for attending my presentation here at Formnext. Thank you, Sven, for introducing myself. So, indeed, this is not a technical topic. As you see, the title is How 3D Printing Brings New Economic and Social Perspectives to a Rural Region. So, my background is that I'm involved in 3D printing since almost 30 years. And I'm the founder of Concept Laser, started the first research works in 1995. Now we have 2023, and so in my hometown where I come from, Lichtenfels, happened a lot around 3D printing and what has a lot to do with 3D printing. And I would like to show you what impact such a high-tech technology like 3D printing can have on a complete region. So I'm board member of the University of Coburg and Bayreuth, and I'm member of the expert committee of the Bavarian Ministry for Economic Affairs. And so I'm also trying to promote and improve also the scientific world. So I'm sure everybody knows about Lichtenfels, all the details, but only for those who do not know, I would like to explain a little bit the geographical and the political situation. So you see in the north of Bavaria, there's Lichtenfels. Bavaria has 7 departments, and the 3 in the north is Upper Franconia, where Lichtenfels is, and Lower Franconia and Middle Franconia, with the capital Nuremberg. And the whole is Bavaria, which is in southern of Germany. And Bavaria is from the area, the biggest state in Germany, and also with Baden-Württemberg, the most economic, most powerful. So Lichtenfels is located on the former iron fence. So till 1989, this was the end of the world. There was nothing behind. And so you can think and imagine that some economical development of this area and region was quite difficult and challenging. We have a big advantage. It's a very nice area, so I invite everybody to come there because there's a lot of leisure recreational possibilities and activities, so tourism plays an important role, and we have a favorable infrastructure there. So the county of Lichtenfels is 67,000 inhabitants, and we have around 30,000 employees there, and the unemployment rate is quite low. It's one of the lowest in Bavaria and one of the lowest in Germany. But in the city of Lichtenfels, we have a commuter balance. That means how many people leave Lichtenfels in the morning to go to work and how many come to Lichtenfels. It's negative. It's 1.225. So in the manufacturing industry, you will find 6,300 employees. And the revenue in this area is 1.1 billion. And we have an export rate of 10.7%. This shows you a little bit the economic situation and background. From the politics, we had major election in Bavaria a few weeks ago. The by far most powerful party is the Christian Social Democrats. But unfortunately, I must say, the right-wing party, the populistic party of the AfD, improved a lot, tremendously, and are now second place. And then on the other places, you will find the other democratic parties like the Social Democrats, the Greens, and the Liberals, and the Left Party. Lichtenfels traditionally comes from basket making and weaving. So that started in the mid of the 19th century. And there were a lot of people around producing these products. And there were trade companies supplying those products to the world. There's another industry. It was the furniture industry until the 90s. This came out of this basket topic. And of course, in Germany, everywhere, automotive plays an important role. So the basket industry completely disappeared after World War I, between World War II. After World War II, the furniture industry grew because of the German Wirtschaftswunder. And it was 1989 and later on when the iron fence fall, all the handcrafted work was too expensive. So this work went and was transferred to Eastern Europe and later on to Far East. So this completely, which was a strong industry in Lichtenfels, disappeared, only left a few trade companies dealing with these stuff. As I mentioned, as a region being close to the former iron fence for decades, the whole eastern part of Bavaria faced a tremendous transformation all over the time because it was really hard to grow businesses, to grow industries in these areas, and many of these districts left from public support. We have one benefit and one big advantage in our area. So the government supported and developed a really very fruitful landscape of universities all over Bavaria. And especially Lichtenfels is in favor to be close to many universities and what we call Fachhochschulen, universities of applied sciences. And this is a very important aspect. If you are a company developing high technology and needing skilled people, academic people for the things you want to develop. So we are strong in scientific, in universities, and in people being educated on an academic level. So what is the transformation there? This was a little bit dry here. Now we go back a little bit about what happened in the late 80s. So there was a press article in the Süddeutsche Zeitung. It talked about a machine which worked with a liquid and a UV laser. Today we call it stereolithography. And Robert Hofmann, a company owner who just started his business as a prototyping shop with a lot of handcrafted work, he read this article, flew over to the US and tried to find out as much as possible how this machine could help him to automate all the handcrafted work in his prototype shop. So you can imagine, he bought the machine, he brought it to Lichtenfels, and he was one of the first companies using 3D printing technologies in the very early 90s. First to print parts, to have show parts, to see the dimensions and the details of a part. Later on, it was it was automated system where they put the parts into silicone, produce silicone molds, and out of those silicone molds, you could produce up to 40 polyurethane parts, which was very attractive for the automotive industry because you could cut cost and lead times dramatically and be faster with your products to the market. You can imagine that in this company received a lot of prizes and honor. This is the Bavarian Prime Minister who gave a prize to Mr. Hofmann, and 3D printing was the catalyst, the accelerator for the company's success. In 1997, a little bit earlier, I joined this company as a student. And my background is metal. I made a 3 years training as precision mechanic at Siemens Medical. And I wanted to earn some money. And Mr. Hofmann gave me a tour to his company. And he showed me the stereolithography machine. I was fascinated because I was the guy producing chips and waste. And here something comes out with any of this. And I had a very spontaneous idea. I told him, Mr. Hofmann, we should do this with metals. And the answer was, okay, start with your idea. That was everything. So I started to work on metals, on powder metals. And you see my very first machine here in 1997. It's a test device to show that it's possible with a solid state laser and powder particles that you can melt material completely. And as I could give evidence about that this works, we got granted from Mr. Hofmann and his brother Günther Hofmann. For some coincidence, Günther Hofmann is my father-in-law and Robert Hofmann is the uncle of my wife. So my wife and I, we got granted 1.5 million D-Mark to start a business which is about to produce a machine tool which is able to produce metal parts with original material and with all the strengths you experience in the hard industrial daily life. So in 2001, we founded the company in July 2000. 18 months later, we had built a prototype machine and the M3 linear machine. At that time, we were not so sure if laser melting gives the machine enough work. So we were also able to laser mark and laser remove material from metal parts. So it was 3 technologies in one machine. But the history shows there was enough work for laser melting, and later machines concentrated 100% on laser melting technology. Yeah, we as a company were very innovative. Every year we had a machine innovation. And this shows here, this slide is very interesting. It's an independent investigation. And it shows that 4 out of 5 patents are from inventors from Europe and the USA. And when you concentrate on the peak, you see Lichtenfels between Munich and Zurich and Barcelona. So guess what? How many patents came from Lichtenfels and metal 3D printing? So by the way, I'm applicant of 482 patents in solely the 3D printing technology. So that shows we were very innovative as a company, and that presented us an amazing development as a concept laser. So as we started in 2000, 2001, we had the big crisis here in 2009, the world economic crisis. This was for us the starting point for our company success. In 2008, where the economy was overheated, everybody had orders like hell. The problem for new technology was nobody had time for something new. So we were really struggling and almost bankrupt. The next year, where everybody struggled, people came in and asked, hey, Frank, Mr. Herzog, we have to change, we have to transform our business, we have to do something different. This technology could be the future for us. And from this point of time, 2010, we experienced a dramatic growth in business, in revenue, in people, in technology. We had every 3 years, we had a machine innovation. We were developing materials like Inconel, titanium, and so on, and applications in aircraft, in space technology, in medical. And in 2015, we were asking ourselves, is it possible that we are able to transform our company, our technology, into a global, international, industrialized company and technology? And we decided to get an value-add partner on board. So we had 48 candidates. At the end, it was General Electric. And for the growth expectation of General Electric, at that time, a company of 330,000 people, I built the 3D campus. Here you see it in the lovely landscape of Lichtenfels, close to a motorway and a highway. And the area of that field here is 130,000 square meters, and the office building is 43,000 square meters. And it evolved to be the center for additive manufacturing worldwide for the GE company. So, and this was really the peak of the whole development in 2016 regarding 3D printing in Lichtenfels. But now back to the topic. What is the economic and social impact of this technology to the region? So the result and resume is that in the last 4 years, only in 3D printing was invested 300 million euros in infrastructure like buildings, like people, research, development, test machines, only in the area of the city of Lichtenfels. This is very important. We gained huge attention from politicians, both from Berlin and from Munich, to help to raise public money, public funding for developing the region in a direction of future digital technologies. And the idea was that we found an organization which takes care about these future digital technologies, bring them to a rural area and get people from society and companies involved with these technologies and prepare them for a digital future, prepare them also for what to expect maybe in their companies and what they really should get involved. We create at the moment a center which exists already. It's not an idea, it's there. And we could raise from politics, from company owners, around 20.5 million euros to buy technology and to buy a big historical building which we restore to a technical center for this idea. There's the foundation, this very new, right in front of the election. Our Prime Minister, Dr. Markus Söder, granted 9 million euros to build up a cooperative technology transfer center in Upper Franconia. And this will be, a big portion of it will be located in Lichtenfels with a CEO, with a professor, and 12 scientists. And we will work on the topic excellence in production, which has a lot to do with artificial intelligence, about how I control my production, how I can optimize and improve my production. As a concept laser, we founded a Concept Laser Academy because we had to educate and train our own academic young people. And out of these initiatives, so we had around 30 students running. we ask the government to grant us or allow us to create a master course, additive manufacturing and lightweight design. And it's there in Coburg at the university. And it's the only master course which concentrates and offers 3D printing to study. First students are in Lichtenfels, and Lichtenfels, since 1 year, is allowed to call itself an official university location. 700 new high-level jobs directly linked to 3D printing now are created through this time, and this is just the beginning, as the whole 3D printing technology really will develop over the next decades and grow. I'm very convinced about that. This is an unofficial number and shows how 3D printing is treated also in the public. So I know many companies in that area being involved with 3D printing, offering products for 3D printing. I think the realistic number is that more jobs are generated through 3D printing and more business is done. So I have given the initiative to the Chamber of Commerce to evolve what is the reality according to 3D printing. And now I come to the end. We also founded a company union to work on digital transformation in the region. If you're interested, here's the website. So together we are thinking about the future of the economy in that region and find joint solutions to promote and to the benefit of all the companies there, small ones, but also big ones. And we want to bring technology to the kids, also to elderly people, and also to adults who are a little bit concerned about artificial intelligence or do not want to get in touch with it. We want to get the people in a positive way close to them. And we have founded a makerspace and repair café to get the digital future technology to children, adults, and elderly people. It's a huge educational program to teach 3D printing and other technologies. It's not all about 3D printing. It's also robotics, it's programming, it's scanning. And it also shows that not everything must be thrown away. You can also repair through modern technology. If you're interested, here's the website, fadzmachbar.de, and we call it die digitale Zukunftswerkstatt des FADZ. What emerged from a trip to the US? Shortly said, a lot. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you so much, Frank. We unfortunately do not get any time for questions anymore. You over-exceed a little bit. Thank you so much.
As always.
I know that. Super inspiring. I will definitely visit Lichtenfels, I
You're hardly
promise.
invited.
Because, I mean, this changed a lot. Tremendous.
It has really an impact.
Yeah.
And you will see it when you're there.
Super inspiring and probably a role model for other investors to reinvest the money, as you did with your company, in the region they're from. That sounds very promising.
And I would, finally, I would invite everybody to come to Lichtenfels.
Yeah, you can join me in visiting Frank. Frank, thank you so much. Good luck for the fair so far. Ladies and gentlemen, you can enjoy another 5 minutes of highlights, and I will see you back there here on stage at our industry stage for a really exciting panel. So don't miss it and stay tuned. Thank you.